We've got a tie and somebody in a really bad mood. You really got us at the right time. Big weekend in college football, y'all. Let's go straight into the picks. The Oregon Ducks, Ryan, are a 9.5 point favorite in the Pac-12 championship. This will be the final Pac-12 championship of all time. Who you got in this one? This is really important. Win and in.
Yeah, winning in. I've got Oregon just because even though they lost that game back in October, I thought they were the better team that day. I think they've been the better team since that day. Been pretty dominant. Are they the second best team in the country? I think so. I think that's the way they're playing. Maybe they're not the second best team in the country, but that's the way it's been looking the last month. I think they'll get revenge. 9.5 is a little bit big of a line for me, but I'll take them to win in that 10 to 14 point range.
Yeah, I think Oregon can win this game by 10. I think big stage for Bo Nix. I think he comes through. 23 years old. Now is the time. If he wants to win that Heisman over Jayden Daniels, which I think is going to be tough, he needs a monster game. But Washington's just been holding on, right? They've won a lot of close games. I think Oregon comes into this ready. I think it's a solid, nice little 10-point win, Dean.
So a little ageism there. I noticed though you weren't doing that last year with Stetson Bennett.
I think I was one of the first people to acknowledge, hey, this guy's old. I hope he's getting a degree out of this. But
we'll just see. I'll take the Ducks as well. I tell y'all though, as you know, we had some issues earlier today. I do want to point out that earlier today I didn't bring this up, but does it bother either of y'all that UW seems to just win every game and they're not blowing people out? Like, is that a concern, or is just what we're seeing with our eyes what it is, Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the difference here between Oregon and Washington. If Washington had been blowing these teams out, I'd probably pick the Huskies. I like Michael Penix Jr. better than Bo Nix. I don't think I've been shy about saying that this season. I like their top weapon better than Oregon's top weapon, and I think that matters a lot in this college football world. Obviously, that game was home. They're a really good team that's won a lot of really big games, but no, they haven't looked as dominant as Oregon has this last month, and that really is the difference there. Not as much what happened when they matched up.
Matt?
Yeah, they're winning games. I think you have to give them credit. They're winning games. It's not always pretty, but sometimes they're a flashy, fun team to watch. So they're easy to root for. They're a fun team to watch compared to those teams in the Big Ten, right? But I think they should get a lot of credit for winning every game so far, even though it hasn't looked all that great sometimes.
Speaking of games featuring teams that have not won all their games, Oklahoma State is a 14-point dog against Texas in Dallas or Arlington. Where is Jerry World? I don't know. Matt, who you got in this one? And this is a 12 o'clock ABC just before Georgia and Alabama.
Yeah, I do like this Texas team a lot. I think if you're a Longhorn fan, it's got to be tough seeing them sitting at 7 when they're only lost to Oklahoma. I like their offense. And Oklahoma State's defense, Ryan, is really bad. It's actually been pretty awful these last 3 weeks. I don't think it's going to get any better against the Longhorns. I think they come out, try to make a statement. Texas minus 14.
Yeah, I mean, Texas has a lot on the line, and Oklahoma State doesn't really. I mean, a Big 12 title, obviously that matters, and I'm sure that matters a lot to the Cowboys. I almost forgot their mascot for a second, to the Cowboys. But Texas, really good team. I think the way that this weekend will play out will probably be deserving of that 4th spot. Are they going to get it? I don't think so. 14 points. It's not a line that really scares me. I feel good about it. I think Texas is going to try to put up style points. It's going to need it.
I don't think you need to know Oklahoma State's mascot because they don't matter. However, I will take the Cowboys or the Pokes, however you want to put it. 14 is a lot. Tulane is hosting SMU for the American Athletic Conference World Television Championship. I'll take the Green Wave. I love that part of New Orleans. It's a lot of fun. Shout out to the Boot. Matt, who you got in this one? SMU, the Ponies, are a 4-point dog at LSU at Tulane.
Yeah, no Preston Stone, who's probably watching this. Big dog post guy. I really like him at quarterback. He's not playing in this game. I was gonna pick them and ride with my boy Preston Stone. He's out, so I'm dogging the Ponies. Dogging the Ponies. Give me the Green Wave.
Yeah, I got to have some of these picks that are different than you, Matt. I got SMU, better team with the points. I don't know a lot about Preston Stone. I'm not going to sit here and say I know who that is or what position he played. I'm assuming he's the quarterback.
He's quarterback. He's a
Yeah,
good
well,
one.
there you go. And that's not great. That's not great for SMU, but I'll take the points, man. I'll take the points.
Okay, the worst game of the weekend is, as usual, in the Big Ten. Number 18, Iowa is a near 4-touchdown dog. They're a 23.5-point dog to Michigan. The Wolverines are going to host them. I think this game is in Indianapolis. I've tried to block Indianapolis from my mind, Matt. Go ahead here. Who you got in this one?
Maybe I'm dumb, but I'm going to take Michigan with the 23.5. Iowa only runs 5 or 6 plays. Those are easy to steal. I think Michigan has probably figured out what those plays are by now. They're going to stop them. Iowa might get shut out in this game. If Michigan gets into the 30s, I think they're going to cover. So maybe I'm dumb. Maybe I'm the idiot. But I'll take Michigan 23.5 for some reason.
I mean, is Michigan that many points better than Iowa? Probably. I just don't think they're gonna have this crazy explosive game, and they don't need it either. All they've got to do is win, and they're the 1 or the 2 in this thing. But I'll go Iowa. The offense isn't good, and I know Michigan's defense is really good, but 1 or 2 scores I think could get them a cover, because I don't think Michigan's just going to put up 30 or 40 with ease.
Yeah, you're from your cranky mouth to God's ears. I think you're exactly right. I like how the guy with the blooper shirt on is telling us that he's not smart. But anyway,
Bloopy. Let's go, Bloopy.
He's really got to work on wardrobes around here, myself included. I like Iowa in this game. I would not be shocked if this game were a little closer than it really should be. And the reason why is Michigan's expended a lot of emotional energy over the last 3 weeks, I guess it is. So I don't know if they're going to be jacked up, ready to play this game. I don't know what the over/under on throws is here for JJ McCarthy, but it's probably at like 10. So anyway, this is a really this is off the map one. We got Auburn's Nightmare at Liberty, which is in Virginia. This is a conference championship game. That's New Mexico State. They're getting 10 points, Ryan, at Liberty, which is in rural Virginia.
Yeah, I'm going with Liberty. Better, they've been dominant all year against their competition, and that it matters, man. You're 12-0, and they've been playing well, blowing out a lot of these teams. Do I know anything about these teams? No.
Good for you.
I think they're gonna beat New Mexico State by more than 10 points.
Not so fast, Ryan. Give me the Aggies, not the Lobos, but the Aggies. They've been playing really well. I think this could be a real fight. They lost to Liberty earlier this year. They're trying to get some revenge. They're not going to get it completely, but I think they might play this game tough. Give me the Aggies, not the Lobos, plus 10.
Yeah, so this game, Lynchburg is only 30 minutes from Appomattox, and let me tell you who's going to be surrendering. Any notion of Ryan winning this competition comes down to this pick. I got New Mexico State. I do. Give me.
Is everything else the same for us?
What's that?
Is every other pick for us the same?
They're not the same, but this is going to be the difference maker for me here. I've got the Lobos over the Liberty Flames.
Yeah.
Hey, this competition doesn't end until the season's over.
That's what we go into
bowl season. Bowl season's going to factor into this thing.
We do go into bowl season. I will grant you that.
We'll give one of y'all a regular season title. How about that?
I like the UCF 2017 title, kind of.
Yeah,
you can have that. It's fine.
All right, so the Noles are this is really the most pivotal game of the season, of the weekend. That's not Georgia Alabama. This game right here actually matters a lot. I never thought I'd say that about an ACC championship game, Matt, but here we are. I think this game's in Charlotte, although it could be in Boston. Whoever knows with the ACC. Florida State is a 2.5-point favorite over the Louisville Cardinals, who it looks like would finish around 4th place in the SEC East.
Yeah, I think Florida State, sneaky win. Maybe you come from behind another ugly win, but like Washington, this team just survives. They find a way to win ball games. It's not always pretty. They don't look like a number 4 team for the most part. Want to pick Louisville really bad because I think they played bad against Kentucky because they were looking forward to this game, but I can't do it. The Noles survive. Again, give me Florida State minus 2.5, Ryan.
Yeah, I agree. I also want to pick Louisville, but I'm staying the course with my Florida State pick to make the playoff. Even though I don't think, I don't think that they necessarily deserve the right word. I don't know about all that.
Best 4 teams, yeah.
Are they one of the best 4 teams, which is what matters to me? I don't think so. And whether they win or lose this game, that doesn't change my opinion of that. Part of me kind of hopes they lose just so that's all out of there, and just we don't have to think about that possibility at 4. But
Take out the trash.
2.5 is a small enough line for Florida State.
They've got good.
Is that too aggressive? I don't know. Hey, look, I'm gonna take the Noles too. I'm about it. I think that this would be a horrific loss for Florida State. It really is terrible that they're in the situation they're in with their quarterback, but this is what it is. I mean, Georgia lost their quarterback in 2021 and went on to win the national championship. So it's I'm not saying that flippantly, but the Noles are not where Georgia was. They will have their chance on Saturday night, Saturday afternoon. The Georgia Bulldogs and the Alabama Crimson Tide will reunite for the 4th time in the SEC championship game. Georgia's never won this game straight up against Bama. We'll go to Ryan first. Georgia is now we have 5, but I will say this right now. This line is at least at 5.5 and in some places 6, but we have 5, so it's what it is. Go ahead, Ryan.
I'd take it regardless. I'd take Georgia regardless if that goes up a point or a point and a half. I'd probably take it if it went up another 4 or 5. I mean, I think Georgia's going to win this game by double digits. I think they're the best team in the country. Don't think it's close. Is the clear number 1 the way I thought they were a year ago, the way I thought they were in 2021? No, but they still are the clear number 1 team in college football. I think that is the Bama matchup a bad one for Georgia? Maybe it's not a great matchup, but I think if they're at full force on offense, they're definitely winning this game. I mean, Georgia's offense is the real problem for Alabama on Saturday.
Yeah, do you ever just get a feeling leading up to a game where you feel like everything's kind of going right? You're hearing the practices are going hard. This team kind of feels locked in, loaded.
I read your final feelings. Could you secretively describe what you're talking about? You and I have not talked about that privately.
No, I'm just hearing sources from around the program saying that this team's fighting. They're ready to go. They're locked in. Some of the players have talked about it this week. I think the game plan that the coaches have drawn up has worked in the past against guys like Anthony Richardson, who I think has a similar skill set to Jalen Milroe, who can really run. But if you can contain him, make him throw the ball successfully for 4 quarters, I think they're going to have a real good shot. If they cannot let Alabama score on their first drive or first possession and maybe get a lead for the first time going, early in the ball game, that will be a big deal. But I just feel like they're the better, more complete, deeper team. And I think they get the job done. I think I said 37-28 in my final feeling. So 9-point Georgia win. I think they cover, Dean.
So you're right on top of what Ryan said as it relates. Well, he actually said double digit. This is a confident duo I'm confronted with. I do think Georgia, I will take Georgia against the line. I think they'll win. It's all on the line. I wrote about this in Final Feelings as well, too. If you're not a member over at Dawg Post, you're missing out. We did 5,500 words of exclusive content over there. Ryan texted me, what'd you say? I'm going to be close to 1,500?
I think I wrote 1,500 words or so, and which is more than usual. And then you just responded with 3,000. So
I said I think I'm gonna be close to 3,000. It was right on top of 3,000. So why are we writing so much? This is a really important game for Georgia and legacies and all this stuff. This is a Southeastern Conference Championship. It's the last of the sort of old guard before this league changes completely differently. I mean, it's changed once in its history when Carolina and Arkansas came in. It changed once significantly when Georgia Tech left. That was a joke. Look, but this really will change. The league is changing dramatically with the 12-team playoff, with the addition of Texas and OU. We don't know how many more times, if any, that Nick and Kirby will go up against one another. So this is you got a shot here if you're Kirby to stamp your legacy in a very real way, to go do some stuff that no one has done in college football history, frankly. So I think they will do it. But man, I wouldn't want to play the game on Wednesday, Matt, or Tuesday. That'd be one thing I'd be a little bit concerned about if that were them. But Kirby's a total psychopath about bringing teams down and not liking the overworking. Is Bowers going to play? Is Ratledge going to play? Is Ra Thomas going to play? Is Ladd McConkey going to play? I talked to somebody last night at Georgia and said that was like the key to the whole thing. So And I think there's a lot to say about that, but I just think Georgia's the better team, better offense. The defense is salty, but this Georgia offense, unless it has sort of its worst day of the year, even then, I just don't know. They can just grind it out so much. Kendall Milton looks like a star. This is a really good Georgia team. I like the way that they're playing right now. I've got the Dogs. Final thoughts from Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, just echoing what I said. When you add it all together, then the more and more research, thinking, just watching that I do this week, I feel a little bit better and a little bit better that Georgia's going to win this game because everything that I find, favors in Georgia's direction, and there's a ton on the line on Saturday. There's a ton on the line. It goes beyond just the playoff appearance.
Yeah, I'd say Georgia special teams too has been really good. Georgia's got a kicker if they need him, so that part of their team has been really strong this year too. They're the more complete team, and they're very good in all three phases. I think they're going to be ready. They're on a mission, and they're looking to three-peat. This is just a stepping stone. They're up next.
Yeah, I think it's a huge matchup, and clearly you don't need me to say that. I've got the Dogs. I've got them all. We've all three got them covering, and we'll see you on Riding Home after the game. Thanks for watching.